All right. Well, hello, rock stars. So here is session 10, right? With two more sessions left after this for our rockstar recruiting session. We're going to talk about today recruiting with the MREA models and the playbooks. So we're just going to jump right into it. Remember our last session, we talked about mindset and having, a disciplined mindset, and the confidence is going to come from doing the activities, right? So the more consistent you are with your activities, even if it's doing a little bit each day, you can only get in 30 minutes. It's better to do a little bit each day than it is to try to, get in a marathon session that you never make happen, because the consistency will keep you confident and will cause you to do it more often and obviously be more effective. Setting up accountability is critically important as well to keep you on track. And then we also talked about last time the importance of having a great agent support program, whether it's PC coaching, mentoring, where you're going through business plans and supporting them, especially in today's market, right?
Yep.
Spend time on things that are generating profit, right? Schedule your time. Schedule management is really important, especially in leadership. It's the most challenging thing that we have to deal with is our time. So time blocking is the key there, right? All right. TCPA, our favorite slide. Remember that you
follow the rules.
Yeah, make sure you scrub your list. It's becoming more and more important that you scrub those lists before you start calling or texting. All right, let's talk about our leaders. This week's leaderboard, right, Jessica?
We have so many people that are having big numbers. This is just this week. So I can't wait to see how all these weeks, all 12 weeks together end up in terms of results. And it's fun to see how, like, Robin had 100% show rate and Jennifer just about 100% show rate. So it's fun to see what dialogue starters are actually working that are effective to get people to actually show. And at the same time, if you have a great set rate, but you're not having a great held rate, it's just a clue into really investigating what you're saying to get them to say yes. So awesome work for that. Congratulations to you all.
Yep. So what you're saying to get them to say yes, and the length of time that you're scheduling that appointment. Time's not your friend, so schedule that appointment that same day or the next day. Otherwise, your cancellation rate, goes up significantly. And make sure you do a reminder call versus a confirmation call, right? What's the difference? A confirmation call is where I would say, hey, Jessica, this is Rich. I'm calling to remind you of your 3 o'clock appointment today. Confirm your 3 o'clock appointment today. Are you going to be able to make it, right? And I just opened up a door for her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got an inspection that's going to be running late or whatever. Yeah. That happens, right?
A reminder call would be, hey, Jess, this is Rich. I'm excited to meet you at 3 o'clock today. I've got some great strategies to share with you, and also a MREA playbook that I want to give you as a special thank you for meeting with me. So I'll see you here at 3 o'clock. So there's a difference in how you ask that will help with that show rate.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Look at Tim. Look at the results he had. He set 20 R2 appointments.
Yes.
And 17 of them held.
Yep.
What's that all about?
Well, Tim, as you know, has a cyberbacker that sets all of his appointments. Tim's an OP of 2 different market centers in 2 different areas of the state. So once a month, he goes down to his market center in El Paso, and his cyberbacker sets up his whole calendar, and that's the results. So create leverage for yourself. If you're struggling, we have solutions for that.
So we're rounding the baseball diamond. We've done it a few times now, this analogy, and yet it's the model that we all need to really make sure we're mastering. And that's the whole point of this class, isn't it?
Yep. So make sure that you master the experienced agent model of recruiting. It's a process, everybody, which is why it's not one and done where you hit a home run. It's going around the bases. We have to have a compelling dialogue to get people to want to meet with us so we can get to first base and establish that gap through the needs analysis, so we can layer in the 10-step recruiting presentation with the prescription and the value propositions, and then we can close and handle objections as we slide into third. And then we're able to start going through the agent transition and getting them over to our brokerage and coaching them through their exit interview and setting up all those things that have to happen before they join. right? And then sliding into home is where we leverage their influence, leverage the hire and turn that one hire into 3 additional hires by getting more appointments.
Well,
And
that's what makes today's topic, I think, so great though, because if I bring you over to Keller Williams and don't really make an impact on you, Rich, basically just change your logo on your business card and you go back to work like usual, what's the chance that you're going to stay or bring people with you? Whereas if during our interview process, our needs analysis, we've uncovered certain things that I could coach you on and help you with or introduce you to models, right? Just like we're going to cover today, your chance of not only moving over fast, but staying and changing the trajectory of your business are much greater. And so today is such an important topic, isn't it?
yeah, and like you said, there has to be, a compelling, reason that these agents stay, these agents join. And the MREA is our staple, right? So how well do you know the 4 models of the MREA: economic, lead generation, budget, and organizational models? And how well can you explain that to a recruit? And then to your point, Jessica, to make it sticky, how well and how good of a job are you doing helping them implement this in their business after they join you? So it's important that you understand this. There's, PowerPoints on it where you can change, you can teach it. We do book clubs on it, but you can just read it, right? And just understand the key pages in each model, put a sticky note in it, and just flip through it, right? Hey, on this page is the lead generation model, right? On this page
This book's been around for a while.
There you go.
See?
There you go.
Yes.
That's your recruiting book, because most agents, as we know, do not have a foundational system to run a business. And we're not taught this unless you started with KW, or you're not taught this, right? Here's a phone, go knock some doors, go hold some open houses, and you're a realtor. They don't understand that you can actually scale a business. So let's teach them that right out of the get-go. And again, even the mega agents, the top agents, you're going to be the smartest person in the room, because most of those people don't follow these metrics, don't understand what a 30-30-40 is, and don't have something that can really scale a business around.
Well, and I think a lot of us as team leaders get caught up in friend zone, or we want to build a relationship with someone. And truth is, if you're at a different brokerage, you already have friends over there and you already have a relationship with your broker. But my secret sauce as a team leader is I can help you put the business in your business. I can be a business consultant to you. I can change your whole world by doing this. And if I don't, I won't, and so day 1 as team leader, you may not master MREA, but day 2, you should start reading the book and getting more and more comfortable with these conversations. Because if I'm coaching you as a top agent in my office, it's the same conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, and think about it. This isn't our opinion. This isn't our, Keller Williams, philosophy. This is Gary and the team, Jay and everybody on the team that interviewed the top agents in real estate from various brands, right? And said, what are the common denominators of the people that are making money? And then that's where this model, this book, the MREA, was derived, right? It was from basically dissecting what the best people in the world were doing, right? And so people can argue with that, right?
Well, and the flip side of this, because I know you were a top coach at another company outside of KW. You and I both saw how many people cross stages with these mega platinum awards that had no money,
Yeah.
Sad truth is there's a lot of realtors that sell a lot of houses that don't know how to run the business side of it, or what kind of guidelines they might want to follow to see if they're effective. And I think that entrepreneurial spirit attracts a lot of realtors, but the business sense might need to be taught. So Keller Williams is really the only brokerage that I'm really aware of that teaches how to put the business in the business. And you get to be the one that delivers that. You practice and get better at it by doing it with your own agents and coaching in the training room, at the team meetings, by teaching these models whenever and as often as you can. And that's where you get the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, to that point, I mean, really just asking any mega agent, any agent at all, do they have a 40% profit margin?
Yeah.
Anybody with a team, most of these people like you're talking about do not. But yet in our company, we have people doing that because they're following models.
Yeah. And you got people like Sarah Reynolds that sell $1 billion a year, which is crazy to think about, but that's how scalable it is. So this is your secret sauce. So as a team leader, we want you to get confident talking, teaching, and sharing this, because this is your secret sauce. If you bring this into the recruiting conversation, you'll get a mega agent to lean in on you and be very interested in what you have to say. And if you onboard and bring someone into the company by using these value propositions, you'll get someone to move much quicker, but they won't just be looking at percentages and what kind of dollars and cents you can give them. They're going to see great value in what you have to offer.
Yes. So let's dive into it. So,
okay, so here's the first one, right? The economic model.
Yep. So again, you can flip right to these pages, and if you understand how to explain, these pages, you only have to know how to explain like 5 or 6 pages, and you're going to be the smartest person in the room. So
Right.
the economic model, what I love about the economic model is really you can show somebody that how many appointments they need in a month to hit their goal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the best recruiting meetings you can have, is to have a conversation with somebody. And what's your goal? That's to make, 100,000. Great. Is that net or gross? Well, what do you mean? And we take them through that, right? Well, I want to net 100. Okay, great. So let's figure out how much you need to gross in commissions to net 100. Wow, I never even thought about that. And we take them through this, and then we show them how they can net 100,000 by following the economic model. And it spits out at the bottom how many appointments you need to have for buyers and sellers on a monthly basis to hit that number. And in most markets, it's like 1 or 2 appointments a month. So now,
I know in California and Florida, we're extra lucky there. And yet who knows, that how simple that is and how obtainable is that to become predictable, with your business.
and then what's our job then is to do what? to build a plan to support you and to getting your 2 appointments a month in that example. That makes it so much easier. And the recruits are like, oh my gosh, I only need 2 appointments in an entire month. So let's just focus on how to get those 2 appointments. And if we can help you do that and hit this number of netting 100, wouldn't it make sense that we partner together, right? So
Yeah.
the economic model is powerful.
The path is in the math, and it shows them how they can get what they want in a predictable way. And yet the lead generation model is a common denominator of opportunity within our industry. Because if you do the database assessment or you look at anybody's business, typically this is a missed opportunity. And this is not taught in other brokerages.
No.
So when you meet with these top agents, don't be surprised if they are underutilizing a database and not really giving it attention or focus, because they haven't been taught to do so. So, and again, as team leader, I'm kind of like role modeling this to my whole office. If I'm not doing these same things, I'm missing the opportunity as well. So this is something that we all need to learn.
So if you're talking to an agent, lead generation model, and you show them these pictures in the book, Mets, haven't met, 12 direct, an 8x8, a 36 touch. I don't care if they're the top agent in town. They're like, what are you talking about? And you're again,
Right.
you're
how did I not know about this?
in the room.
Right?
Yeah. And so even if you've been a team leader for a month, you're the smartest person in the room because you're following proven models from the top agents in the business.
We used to only have the book, and now we have so many other things. I'll tell you that if you go to the Red store, they even have placards that are like really nice that you can even write with a dry erase marker on this. So if you're not super comfortable with it, you might really enjoy having those props with you. And having props like the book and these models is important, because if Rich is at another brokerage and he's been in the business, say 5-10 years, and he doesn't know this, it's just my rhetoric telling him it, or I could show him the model. So just make sure that you're using props, because then it's more relatable and understandable for those people that you're showing this.
Yeah, most agents are visual.
Yep. And the lead generation model, we can go so deep into that. And yet the database playbook has all of this in there. So if you haven't been using that database playbook, I would challenge you to get really comfortable going through the pages, because when you do a database assessment, you're not spending an hour on that playbook. You're only hitting a couple key pages to do like an exercise, but yet the rest of the book are all the ideas, like what would a 36 touch possibly look like? And so you have in your hands everything you need to have a really powerful conversation, and it's a great giveaway. So if I meet with you at a coffee shop, I can give that to you. I can maybe really deep dive onto page 6 to see what kind of conversion you're getting and what kind of missed opportunity you have, get you fired up about some ideas. And you're definitely going to want to meet with me again, or you're definitely going to give me permission to stay in touch. So just know these items of value that they've improved and continue to improve are really home runs for you all.
Yeah, and if I can say to a recruit, if you pull that slide back up, that hey, if I could show you how to get a 12-to-2 return on your database of people that know you, that have METs, as we call them, versus a 50-to-1 return on your database, right? Through our 12 Direct program, there's predictability to your business. Is that something that you would like me to share with you? I mean, who wouldn't want to know that?
Right. And doesn't every agent want more referrals, over maybe learning a new habit?
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer. This is the one I leaned on 90% of the time as a team leader, and I would challenge you all to get most comfortable with that database playbook.
Yeah.
Budget model. This
Yes.
was always fun around tax time. I used to send this out to people with their yellow and green report from Broker Metrics and invite them to agent financials. And I get a lot from that because no one really dives into their budgets. And knowing that you could have a 40% profit margin if you run the business effectively, that's pretty awesome. I think that's one of the highest earning potentials you have in any industry, 40%. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So if I can show you and share with you the proven metrics with expenses and managing a business and how to generate a 40% profit margin, would that be something that you'd like to discuss? Again, and it's all here visually, and they haven't seen any of this. Most agents don't like math, don't like numbers, and to your point, aren't even paying their taxes, right? And have much less have a budget. When you show them whether they're interested in ever utilizing this or not, again, it shows them that there is a path, that there's a proven system on how to make money. It's not just go sell another house.
Right. Chase profit, not production, right? Like those people crossing the stage with all those big awards, not making any profit. That's sad. You don't want that. You want to chase the profit.
Yes.
And then for those that grow to a point where they need to leverage, and that's many agents early on, even with a transaction coordinator and administrative assistant, the organizational model. And for those of you that lean in on this and help talent scout for teams and have career fairs and recruit with your teams, this can be a huge opportunity for growth. Whereas if you don't, it can really be a difficult rub within teams in the office. So this is an important one to master.
Yeah, and it shows that there's scalability with our company. There's not a glass ceiling, right? We can help you get as big as you want to get, just like you talked about with Sarah Reynolds, who closes over $1 billion in sales volume a year with our company, and she doesn't feel like she's outgrown us because we have models and systems that we study from the top people in the world, and we can show them to people that want to scale. And it's all right here in the organizational model. So this again allows you to show top people that when their ego gets in the way, that they have unlimited opportunity with our company.
So for playbooks, we want to just remind you that they continue to improve the playbooks and add to them. So for example, the database assessment, I think, is on version 5. Yeah, version 5 right now. The ISA model is on version 7. So we're going to recommend that when you go to get your playbooks, you go through command and click on the connect button here, and literally all the playbooks show up. So you'll get the latest and greatest, and you'll be sharing the most current intel if you go access playbooks through connect. If not, you might be using kind of old intel.
Yeah.
What about profit share? Sorry about that, Rich. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say on the playbooks, I mean, don't take that for granted. We have so many great playbooks that you can create curiosity with to get a recruiting appointment. And also keep a recruiting appointment. Because if I say, hey, I'd like to get together with you. Thanks for closing the deal on ABC Street with Alice in our office. I'd love to get together with you and share with you some great second half of the year strategies. And as a special thank you, I wanted to give you, or I'm going to be giving you, the social media playbook, which is the best strategies from the top agents in the industry on how they make money with social media. So I look forward to seeing you today at 3 o'clock, right? So you can use those as ways to keep appointments. You could use those as things to teach for value in your offices, right? And do classes around. So those playbooks you can utilize in a lot of ways. So make sure that you know how to find them. You've studied them yourself. The new MREA playbook that's coming out, right? Version 2. I mean, heck, version 1 was some incredible one-pagers from last year from some of the top people in the world. Can't wait to see what version 2 has in it. So we have a lot of resources there we can use for recruiting.
And in the same place of the playbooks are those one-pagers. So say, for example, Rich, I see that he's really all over social media. He looks like he's into social media. If I was struggling to reschedule him, or I was chasing him a little, I might even send him that playbook or that single one-pager and say, Rich, when we get together next, I want to cover this with you. When can you make time for me? That's a great way to get an appointment going again, because again, they're not seeing any of this from any of the people they're interacting with. They don't have this around them. And if you show that you care and that you're consistent, they may ignore you time to time, but when you put value in front of them, they have a hard time saying no.
Absolutely.
So, switching gears to profit share. Can you believe we just shared 2 billion? We hit the 2 billion mark. Isn't that amazing?
2 billion with a B in profit share. So again, it's an incredible value proposition. Nobody can say they've shared 2 billion in profit share with their agents, especially in this market where people are challenged with income and production. We want to leverage that. So understand that the profit share models. There's all kinds of great stuff in KWI, in the internet that you can go and pull. MyKW, PowerPoints. You can teach classes. It shows you the breakdown of how profit share works. What are the percentages? What are the levels? But be well versed in that. You don't have to know how to master it and teach a class if you don't want to do that at this point. But you just need to understand, hey, we paid out over $2 billion to agents that are helping us build a company. It's optional. You don't have to, but hey, they're going to join anyways. So if you want to get in front of that and assist us, all you have to do is connect us. Be a connector.
It's like an endless referral fee from Gary Keller Direct. Like, thank you very much, right?
Mailbox.
Well, I think it's also notable, though, that we celebrate on Profit Share Day. So it is something that exists, even if it's out of sight, out of mind, with the office. So little things that you can do is on Profit Share Day or a business day near Profit Share Day, celebrate what you've accomplished. Because if you create an environment where profit share is a thing, people will be mindful of it. Those that are into it will get very engaged and send you referrals. But if you never talk about it, you never teach about it, you brush over it during recruiting, you barely touch on it during onboarding or orientation, you won't get referrals. And so one of the most important things for those of you that desire referrals is to be purposeful with profit share. Have stories. Recognize people helping you with every effort. Celebrate on the 21st. Acknowledge the sponsors every month for helping grow the business. If you act like an agent by referral, which is customer appreciation events, recognition, fun, right? As a team leader in that same capacity, you're going to get so much more in terms of referrals. And this is usually a missed opportunity with most of us.
Yep. Recognize what you want to have happen in both of my offices. Where I'm the OP, we at our team meetings, what we do is we recognize the people that have participated in profit share for the month visually, and we recognize people who have given us leads, right? So recognize. Agents love recognition. Recognize what you want. There you go.
This was my $8 Amazon award. I think it actually broke a few times, but we didn't even give it away. We just said who the winner was and showed them their KW Cloud Award. But people don't just refer for profit share, do they? I mean, people refer because they're excited about what the office is doing. They're proud of the culture. They're proud how we're helping each other. It's not necessarily about how much money you're giving. That's just part of it. So don't get too caught up in that either. It's really, I think more people give referrals because it's showing that they care about the company and that they're into us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, consider, the environment that you're creating so that people want to refer to you. Just like if you go to a great restaurant or see a great movie, you tell people about it. Well, make sure your environment and their experience is such that they want to tell people about it.
So, the other thought we have to share though is also that world-class training calendar is a big part of this, is really creating that environment, and especially in this world right now, that people want to come in and plug in and be part of creating profit, right?
Yes. So again, leverage all the stuff we've been talking about in the playbooks. You could have an incredible training series for the rest of the year if you just use those, right? But you know all the different classes we have. So have a powerful world-class trainings calendar that the cappers want to attend. Don't just have it be around new people. Have stuff that the cappers want to attend. Masterminds, panels are real popular as well. And now with the whole NAR settlement, there's a lot of things you can do about, presenting your value as a listing agent and for buyer broker as well.
I'm even seeing some of our offices are kind of shifting gears to more like situational learning, where the more experienced agents have been around before are role modeling or role playing in front of the room on how they're going to explain the changes of NAR, or what a seller needs to do to get action on their listing if they're overpriced. So we're going back to old school in a few ways, because we're doing some of the things that we haven't done in a while, like provide more value as a agent, So just know that this training calendar of yours really is the magnet of people being able to come in, check you out, and see if they want to make a move.
Yes. Have them come test drive your market center through your training calendar. Okay. So let's talk
Action
about,
plan.
yes. So do you know that there's less than 100 business days in the year, right?
Whoa.
Okay. So what's your plan? Call your hot leads. Call the people that you've met with this year. Call your Mets. Those are people that you have rapport with, right? Get referrals from your agents. Get referrals from your affiliates, right? Focus on, inviting people to training. Again, a great time right now is with this whole NAR thing, that people, now that contracts have changed, now that, the August 17th is right around the corner, people are going to be like deer in headlights, and you have a great opportunity to capitalize on that. Double down on your appointments, meaning that whatever you were doing, double it for this month and see what happens, right? Set yourself up for a strong finish here in the second half of the year. Front load the second half of the year by having a great August. And then again, focus on referrals. That's so important. Mobilize those affiliates and have a great marketing campaign, right? Tell your story. Leverage smart plans, leverage command, leverage video, leverage Instagram, leverage social media, right? So tell that story. People winning with testimonials, people joining with higher announcements. That's what people want to see. Also, don't forget to go after the new agents, right? K-score, career nights. Don't let the pedal off the metal, if you will, and keep pushing to fill those pipelines with the new people. The market, is going to end up getting better as interest rates change, and you want to be in the front of the influx of agents that will come back into the business again.
Yeah. So last but not least, homework. We always have homework, don't we?
Yeah, turn in your numbers, right? Let us know if you're struggling. Let us know how we can help you. There's a couple sessions left. We want to hear from you, what you need, what challenges you're having, if any. But make sure that you send in your numbers so that we can get you credit. As you saw earlier, some incredible successes people are having. So turn those in so we can help you. Okay. Last and not least, remember that being consistent and disciplined in your lead generation activities will guarantee your success as a recruiter.
So true.
So have a wonderful week, everybody. We'll see you next time, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.